Hello and welcome to Sudermania. Today we're going to have a look at how to make a fire the old way using a piece of flint and a steel. Come along.
So here's what you're gonna need to make a fire using flint and steel. Of course, you're gonna need a flint striker, which is made from a high carbon steel. You can find it in more traditional models, or such as this one, a more modern version that features a divot for use as a bearing block when making a bowdrill fire. You're also gonna need some flint. Flint can look a little bit different, but here we have two different versions, one lighter one and one more dark gray in color. Both work just fine to create sparks by hitting it with your steel striker. And I wanted to mention that modern lighters use a very similar method of creating a flame because you have a little rod inside of it, and when you grind that little rod with the metal wheel, you create sparks. Now obviously those sparks need something combustible to create the flame, and in the case of a modern lighter, it's stored inside of the canister and it's a flammable gas. But in the case of a traditional flint and steel fire, we're going to be using something else. In this case, we're going to be using something called charcloth. Now, charcloth is just a shard cotton material that is very flammable, and you create it by placing it into a metal container, such as this one, and you basically just put cotton fabric in it and throw it into a fire, and you create this very flammable material. You can also use this kind of tin to create another material called charred punkwood. Now, you're also going to need something to carry that flame. In this case, we're going to be using a dry grass. Now, first step is to take that dry grass and start shaping it into kind of a bird's nest shape. This is where you will place your charcloth once it has caught the spark. Now you take your charred material, and I like to put it on top of the piece of flint, like so. Once you've done that, you take your flint striker and you start striking it until it catches a spark. There we go. Now, once it's smoldering, you take your piece of charcloth and you put it into the bird's nest. And then you fold it around your ember and start to blow on it. Now, be careful here and don't breathe in the smoke like I did. And once you've gotten your flame, you can choose to sustain that flame however you want. In my case, I had prepared some feather sticks and gathered a bunch of dry twigs just from the ground.
So, that's it for this video. I hope that you have found it useful and that you might have learned something new. I'm gonna enjoy my cup of tea. You have a good one and tune in next time for the next video.